Welcome. I'm going to show you how to edit the Canvas Mockup with a color changing wall in Photopea. First go to photopea.com, photopea.com, in any web browser. I'm using Google Chrome just because it was a little more cooperative than Safari, so if you're having trouble with your web browser you might want to try Google Chrome. Once Photopea is open, just click on Open from Computer to open up the mockup. And then it's going to think and load that for a little bit. And then once it does, we want to work in this handy layers panel right here. If you don't see the layers panel, go to Window, Layers to bring it up. And then we want to double click on the thumbnail icon in the design hyphen layer to add our art to the canvas. That's going to open up a smart object where we can just copy and paste our design. So next we want to go to File, Open, and find our design. And then once that loads, we want to go to Select All, and then Edit, Copy. And we want to click back on the Smart Object tab and go to Edit, Paste to add our graphics to the Smart Object. If you want to zoom out, you can just press Command minus on a Mac or Control minus on a PC. If you want to resize that a little, maybe make it a little bigger or smaller, you can just hold down the Shift key to keep it proportional, and then just click and drag on one of the four corners. Dragging in makes it smaller, dragging out makes it bigger. And once you've got that done, you can just save it. So go to File, Save Smart Object, and it will update the smart object, letting us know when it's done. We can just close the smart object by clicking this little X, and then we can close the original design. We have to click on the OK. Alright. And now it'll just helpfully put the design right on the canvas for us. To change the color changing wall, we want to turn the background layer on. So to do that, we'll just click the little eye icon in the color changing wall layer, and then we'll click the arrow in the color changing wall layer group to expand that, and you'll see we have a wall texture layer and a change wall color layer. If we double click the thumbnail icon in the change wall color layer, it'll open up the properties panel. So we want to make sure that the properties tab here is selected and that the layer tab is selected. And then we'll see this color fill. We want to double click on the color fill, and that's going to bring up our color picker, which is where we can change the wall color. So we'll just click inside this little rainbow slider here to change the wall color, and clicking inside this little box will let us adjust the brightness and darkness of that color. And then when we've got the color we want, we can just click OK. You can also add the values here if you know the numbers. If you want a smooth wall without texture, you can simply click the eye icon in the wall texture layer to turn it off. Or you can make the texture more or less pronounced by clicking on the wall texture layer and then clicking the arrow next to this opacity box. And you can just drag the slider to the right to make the texture more pronounced, or to the left to make it more subtle. And that's it, you're done. Now you just need to save it. So if you go to File, Export as JPEG, that'll allow you to save it as a JPEG for a thumbnail for use on sites like Etsy. You can also go to File, Save as PSD to save the original layered PSD. Please let me know if you have any questions by messaging me at melissabmockups.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates to future videos. And as always, this mockup and other mockups are available at melissabmockups.com. Thank you.